Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a what has sold video, and I'm going to include the items that I got in that 4-piece $450 ThredUP rescue box. So I'm just going to give an update on what the status of those is. It's an ongoing saga, and it's actually going really well with them. So anyway, I'm Stephanie. I'm a reseller. Been doing it many years. My chosen platform is eBay, but I also sell on theRealReal. I just last month sent in 32 items to theRealReal because they had a great promo going on. They accepted all but 2, and so that was wonderful. So I have a status on some of the items on there. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I am going to go over the past several weeks of what has sold on eBay. So let's get to it. The first thing I wanted to go over, I wanted to show you this amazing necklace I got in my monthly subscription box from Kristen D at Another Chance Resale. Look at this thing. This is the cutest. This necklace was like made for me. It's so cute. I love all the color. Oh, I just love all the color. It's perfect for summer. So I just wanted to show that because, wow, I just feel happy and colorful wearing it. So anyway, that is from the jewelry monthly subscription box from Kristen at Kristen D. So anyway, moving on. I wanted to give a update first for those of you who are wondering about my 4-piece box from ThredUP, the $450 expensive one. It's a nail biter getting 4 items for $450. So I'll give the bad news first. Okay, remember the last video I did, I said the Prada visor. I was so excited. It sold right away for full price. But guess what? Someone returned it. Someone returned it. So, bummer. But, it'll probably sell again fairly quickly. I don't know. You can never know for sure, really, what will happen. I did find, it does seem like those Prada visors are rare. So, hopefully someone will snap it up. But here's the good news about the box. All 4 of those items I sent in to theRealReal, and they have all now sold except the visor. So, and with the sale of those 4 items, I am about breaking even. And so whatever I make on the Prada visor will be profit. So that's great. Okay, so anyway, let's go into it. Here is the first item that sold, and it is the Jimmy Choo Python bag. That bag was in excellent condition. It was like new. It might have actually been new. Never used, didn't have the price tags on it, but anyway, the price that it sold for, believe it or not, even at a 20% discount, it sold for $356. My commission on that was $217.16, which is great. I was really happy with that. That includes 1% loyalty. Once again, I mentioned it in my last video, but if you sell more than $1,500 worth of products in a year at theRealReal, then you become in the influencer category, and then every item you sell above $200, you get an additional 1% commission. So anyway, my total commission on that was $217, pretty decent. The next item that sold from that box was this Christian Dior vintage 1990s beautiful black jacket. It was so gorgeous. That sold for $212. Pretty good, I'd say. I think the RealReal knocked it out of the park with these 4 items. Absolutely knocked it out of the park. They sold that for $212. My commission was $118.72. So that's good. That was actually about what I would have paid for it on a per item basis. So anyway, I made my I did okay on that one. And then the last item that actually has sold is this Monique Lhuillier lace pattern dress. And I kind of thought it would go for more, but it sold for $188. My commission on that was $84. So that's less than what I paid for it on a per item basis. But between the Python bag, the Christian Dior jacket, and the dress, it's almost $450. $459.99 was my total price. So anyway, let's just hope when the Prada visor gets back. It seems like it's been forever since they said they were going to return it, but that is, thankfully not my problem. The RealReal gets to deal with that. It'll go back for sale, and it'll go on the same sales cycle it was on before, and I do believe that they don't put it on sale right away when it comes back. They will give it the same amount of time to be full price as if it hadn't sold. I believe that's what they do. If you know any different, put it down in the comments there. All right, now getting to my eBay items that have sold. Let's start with this pair of pink Red Wing boots, leather ankle lace-up boots. They were a size 7.5. I bought them for myself. They were a little snug for me in the toe. And actually, I should have put the best offers. I actually sold them for $99. And yeah, that was a good price. That's about what I paid for them, actually. I only wore them one time, so I did okay on that. And then next up, I was pretty excited about this item. This dress is Reformation. Reformation is a designer brand, and I could have sent it into theRealReal, but I had an inkling that I could just sell it myself. And that's a great brand to sell yourself on eBay, because that brand goes for a lot. It goes for good price on eBay. So the dress came in a fabric and textile box, believe it or not. And that, I mean, you know, the cost per item is almost nothing. So, but there was a stain on it, a fairly large stain, but I washed it and it came out. So it's a beautiful dress. I wish it had been my size. It's adorable. It's body hugging. It's gorgeous. So sold for $50. My cost was about, I think, probably $3 on that one. So I did great on that one. I hope I get more Reformation brand dresses in the future. It sold really fast too, by the way. All right, next up is this Louis Vuitton monogram iPhone case. This iPhone case came as the accessory in my Louis Vuitton box that I got. These don't sell for a whole lot, especially the one I had was, the inside was fairly marked up. I mean, it was well worn, it was well used. It was suede, so I tried to clean it with a suede cleaner, but it really didn't budge much. So, but anyway, it did sell for $69. I shipped it via the eBay international program, and it went to someone in Australia. So I hope they loved it. Yes. And moving on to the next Louis Vuitton item, actually. This is the Bordeaux Louis Vuitton bag that came as one of the bags in the box. This one, it was the inside of the pocket on the inside of the bag was completely hashed. Like you couldn't use the zip pocket at all. And one of the inner straps that holds the purse strap was broken. So a couple things wrong with it. Otherwise, it was in okay condition. There was a little bit of wear on the edge coat, but it sold for $189. I was pretty happy with that. And then the third bag, by the way, from that lot, I kept it. I love that bag so much. I don't think I can ever part with it. It's a great bag. So, all right. Next up is this pair of Todd's driving loafers, driving moccasins, whatever you call them. Those were in a designer DIY box. So my cost, I think, was about $20 on those, a little more. And they took, I bet 6 months to sell. But they sold for $50. Todd's is a great brand. It's like a high-end designer brand. They have really beautiful, their leather is just unbeatable. It's so beautiful. These were in pretty good condition too, so yay for that. Next is this my first pair of Golden Goose shoes, and they were the Mid-Star shoes. They were in pretty good condition. I did clean up a little bit, and eBay does offer the authenticity guarantee on Golden Goose shoes, and so I did ship them to the person that's going to do the authenticating, and I got $169 for those, which I thought was pretty good. They were for sale, I think, for 2 weeks. Golden Goose is a great brand. I hope I get more of those. So, all right, next is this pair of Jack Rogers gold medallion thong shoes. Some people call them thong shoes. I do. Anyway, I got them at a thrift store. And I did really well on those, actually. I only paid, I didn't pay much. I got them at a thrift store. And they needed some cleanup and some leather work. And I did. I cleaned them up and they looked almost perfect once I sold them. So, did okay on those. Next up is this pleated silver lame skirt. I mean, who doesn't want a silver lame skirt, right? It's so cute. I should have just kept it for myself. I actually love that skirt. I got it in I got 6 of those skirts from TJ Maxx. They were $1 each on clearance. And so I knew they would sell because they're just really cool looking. They're not your average old thing. So anyway, $24.99. did well. It's the gift that keeps on giving. I still have one left to sell. I think it's a size medium, and it'll sell. So I did really well on those. Next up is this Kate Spade Regal Plumes Metallic Shift Dress. That one was for sale for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, something like that. It didn't sell too quickly, but it sold for $40. That, I think my cost on it was a DIY designer item. So I nearly doubled my money, not quite, but I was okay with that one. And next up is this pair of Ralph Lauren men's khaki pants. Ralph Lauren is a great brand name, especially if you're selling something new with tags, which these were. They were from the yellow tag clearance at TJ Maxx. And they sold for $29. My cost on them was only $7. So I did well on that one. They did take, I bet 6-7 months to sell, but that's okay. You can wait. And next up is this Rebecca Minkoff Python print leather shoulder bag. I got this at a thrift store in Alabama, Gulf Shores, Alabama, when I was thrifting at one of probably the best thrift store I've ever been to in my life. It was amazing. I got it for just a couple bucks. It took about almost a year to sell, and it sold for $19. Not a lot, but I made an okay profit on it. And someone really liked it, so there we go. She left good feedback on that. So next up is this Trina Turk black women's button front jacket. Such a beautiful jacket, cute pattern on it. It took, I bet, 1.5 years to sell. Maybe not quite that, but it took a long time. At least probably a year to sell. It sold for $39. I think my cost on it was $11, so I did okay on that one. Next up is this Armani Collezione blazer. This was in excellent condition. It was a really, really pretty blazer. It was my kind of blazer. I wish it had been my size. But it sold for $39. This came in a ThredUP designer DIY box, so I did okay on this one. And next up is this Lily Pulitzer shift dress that I got at a thrift store in California. I believe I paid about $10 for it, and it sold for $46. It was such a pretty dress. Lily Pulitzer always sells. It's just in high demand, it seems like, when I've sold it at least. So yeah, $46, did pretty well on that one. Moving on to the next one is this Carolina Belle Montreal green cardigan. It was a real heavy material. I got this at a thrift store, and I believe it was new with tags. I think I paid like $6 for it. It took 4 months to sell, I believe, and it sold for $32. Carolina Belle, it looks like it's I believe that's a brand, well, Montreal, so it's made in Canada, or it's a Canada brand. It does seem to sell for pretty well, and so if you ever see that brand, it's worth at least checking the comps on it. And next up, as the final item that I'm just going to, it's not the only things I've sold over the last couple months, but it's some of them, is this Alice and Olivia linen cardigan. I got that in a DIY, a designer DIY box. It took a really long time to sell. In the end, it sold, I think 6 months about it took. In the end, it sold for $23. Not a lot, but it did sell, so that was good. And that is my sales over the past few months. I will, do more updates about the Prada situation. Hopefully that'll sell as soon as it gets returned to the RealReal. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching What Sold. If you have any comments, I would love to see them in the comment section. Thanks for watching and have a great day.